the mission. The topic of the day will be how the crafting of artificial organ will revolutionize the life of millions of people around the world. So imagine that you need a new kidney, or you were diagnosed with cancer and you need a new liver. Basically, today, if you need a graft, then you have to wait for a donor. The first artificially created organ has been realized in the 80s in Mother Earth, and the first 3D printed organ has been realized in 2019. It was still. So on this picture, you can see a leg. So this leg proves that 3D printed organ can be well vascularized, as inside this lung there is air sacs, and in those sacs, blood is directly in contact with air and carbon dioxide and oxygen, so blood has to move very easily there. Also, for the functioning of 3D printers, it's quite similar to basic 3D printers. I don't know if you know how does it work, but what we call the Biomedical is composed of the patient cells and the printable biological material that acts as a scaffold. And as to the printing, it prints cells instead of plastic. That's it. So it's quite simple as concept. But with the 3D printing of organs, the main hardship is that the blueprint must ensure that the organ is well vascularized. So this is really a difficult point. To do such a feat, the AI will study deeply your health and the dysfunctional organ states. So yes, you have well understood. With this technology, the life of patients that need a graft won't be the same anymore. The risk of rejection will be minimized thanks to the tailored treatment, and there will be absolutely no risk in insufficiency, as the 3D printed organ will be 100% similar to the original one. Finally, donors won't be needed anymore, and this will greatly preserve their health. So you are with me, RAKOUTZ, and I will now welcome the specialist of the day. And now I welcome the specialist of the day, the CEO of the company that aims to revolutionize the crafting of organs. Here is JARRELL, CEO of Organic.
Thank you, Florent, for the warm welcome, and I'm happy to be here to present our company and present the products that we hope will, as you said before, revolutionize organ transplantation and improve the lives of the future patients. The AI software has many functionalities, all of which we think can positively impact the quality of the crafted organs and the quality of life of the future patients. The main goal of the AI software would be to run simulations on the future organs, so not printed yet, in order to make an organ that's the most adapted to every patient. For this reason, the software, of course, needs input parameters that are concerning the patient's medical history and the patient's current medical states in order to make fully adapted organs. And of course, before launching any simulation, we would need the permission, we would need the doctor's permission, and we would need the patient's written consent. So to go a bit more into detail about the software, firstly, the software will be able to run simulations on compatibility between the crafted organ and the patient's body in order to reduce the risk of rejection from the patient's body. Knowing that modern technology today, modern medicine, can reduce this risk to around 10 to 15%, we are hoping that our AI software can indeed continue to reduce this amount. Also, our AI can run simulations on the different performance rates of the future organ in order to visualize what could be some physical precautions to take for the patient, of course, to ensure that the organ is healthy, fully functioning, and long-lasting, of course. Finally, our AI software will be able to simulate the time that the organ can survive outside of a human body, and hopefully propose different solutions to storing the organs outside. We hope that our system will be able to improve the quality of the crafted organs and improve the processes of organ fabrication and transplantation to help the medical staff to create fully adapted organs to their patients, and hopefully improve the quality of life of the future patients and hopefully of the donors, because in the best case, there would be no more need for any donors.
So before talking more deeply about the AI, I will first question your ethics. So do you think that a human that receives a crafted organ will be a transhuman or even a cyborg? And what about people? Do you really think they will accept organs coming from a factory?
Well, first of all, the term transhumanism refers to adding something to the human body in order to improve the normal functions of the body, which is clearly not the case here. I mean, as for traditional organ transplantation, the objective is to restore the normal function. Therefore, I do not think that patients who will receive organ transplantations, whether they are from another human body or from a 3D bioprinter, they should not be considered as a transhuman or a cyborg. The fact that we can craft artificial organs now means that hopefully the supply can finally meet the demand, which will, in fact, reduce the shortage of organs that we have for patients who are in need of them. And so, given that already today we have a shortage of organs, I don't see why patients who need them now would refuse to accept fabricated organs, even if they come from a 3D bioprinting machine.
Yes, actually, good point. So, as you talked about shortage of organs, the situation in France, yes, it's quite a situation. If you need the graft and your life is in danger, you have the priority for 1 day, I think, and as soon as you have the organ, you are being operated. So your technology will, of course, change the life of people that need a dialysis, that need a kidney, that are doing the dialysis, for instance. But what about people having an accident? I mean, even if your AI is capable to print an organ, every organ within a reasonable delay, could it be possible, for instance, to stop them, like blood transplants, as soon as there is as it is needed?
Well, we think that a first solution could be to install as many 3D bioprinters as possible in as many major cities as possible. This will, first of all, at least start to reduce the time needed for any printed organ to arrive at the patients. Now, as we mentioned before, our AI software will be able to simulate the time that the organ can survive outside the human body. And we know now that, we know ever since the start of organ transplantation, that every organ has a different amount of survival time outside of the human body. And so we're hoping that our AI software, being able to predict the time that it can survive outside of the body, that it can also propose solutions and solutions to store the organs under certain conditions, of course, in order to be able to store them for longer periods of time than normal.
Okay, so, sorry?
Yeah.
Sorry. So, it's really, really interesting. We saw how useful could be your technology. And now, what about the efficiency of your technology? By efficiency, I mean, will it be affordable for both the private and public service? And who is going to use it? Will it be medicine or only medical staff? And is it 100% successful? Because I think the cost and time to craft an organ is negligible. So, how does it work?
Well, after working in collaboration with several 3D bioprinter manufacturers, we were able to design our AI software to be as adaptable as possible to large amounts of machines. Therefore, the availability of our AI software really depends on the availability of the 3D bioprinters. And therefore, the more bioprinters there are, the more our AI software can help improve the quality of the crafted organs. Now, of course, the use of the AI will require training to understand the different parameters that we need to input into the software and to understand the outputs that the software will give. And we estimated that with personnel who are already experienced with 3D bioprinters, conventional 3D bioprinters, that the training should take around 1 to a couple of weeks. It's not too sure yet, but we think that this is the estimated time that would be needed. And in terms of the efficiency, I mean, there will always be margins of error in any type of software, but these margins have been taken into account with our software, and we trust that our software will perform as intended.
Okay. So thank you very much, JARRELL Tcha, CEO of OrganLink AI software. So we have seen how, with the help of an AI, we could really revolutionize the life of people who need grafts. So thank you very much again.
Thank you.
And you are with me, FLORENT. This is the end of the emission.